Hi, welcome back, Rebbl, to Division 5C Recap. I'm your host, Ledeas. Let's take a look at the week that was. Week 6, we have the Dwarves over Underworld. We have Necro and High Elves tied. We have Dark Elves over the Nurgle. And we have Chaos over the Bretts. And for anyone at home listening to me making my predictions, that's correct. Those are all wrong for me and all right for the winners. So I had picked Ty, High Elves, Nurgle, and Bretts. So let's jump right in and take a look at what happened. Well, the Dwarves have broke armor and got some expulsions, and Underworld got some expulsions and a nice pass. I like that. 40 blocks against 27. Nothing too surprising there. KOs and injuries, 5 removals and 3 removals, so that's pretty good for the Underworld. Got a little SPP spread around. Papa Jeff getting 5. Was he the... No, he was not. Hot Soup was the MVP. Oh, let's take a quick look, see what he got. Bet it's guard. Ah, it's guard. I'm so good at this. Alright. So, the Dwarves had an interception. Nice. And they had a pass. I'm going to assume, with no passes here, they didn't get the catch on that one. GFIs are alright. Armor's a little messy, but pickups work. Wake-ups worked. And Dwarven dodging. One person tried it and made it happen. So, let's take a quick look at their blocking dice. Some knockdowns. A lot of pushes. Oh, man. Okay, page 2 looks a little better. Apparently, Dr. Stitch didn't want to have both down, so he re-rolled. And didn't want to. Papa Jeff didn't want to push, so he re-rolled, but it worked out for him. And I'm going to guess, since you blocked against Abomination and picked Skull, that would have been a red die block. And Hell Pit. A little bit more insanity. So, bombs didn't work out too well for you, I see. Going for it didn't work out too well for you at all. Pickups 50-50, passing 50-50, landing not at all, forget about it. Wake-ups, who cared? We picked on the troll. He started acting a little bit better, but hey, here's 2 failed always hungries. Oh, wow. And snacks were success, so they may have got bit on, but they didn't get eaten. Throw teammate held right and incomplete or inaccurate pass. All right. Check your block dice. 3 and 8, 16 both down. 16 both down. For those taking a look there, that's Skulls, Defender Stumble, and Defender Down, all added together equaling both down. A little skewed there. And against Dwarves, that's a lot of bad. So, not a great favorable matchup, and on top of it, dice not working out too well for you. I can see why that one went the way it did. Taking a look at the 1-1 tie, I kind of really assumed High Elves would be able to do a little bit better, but they got 2 deaths, one of which was a loner, who also was MVP. That stinks a lot when well, you did get some SPP that didn't go to dead people, hopefully. 2 passes, 2 successful catches. 1 pass, 1 successful catch. Hey, anytime you guys want to throw the ball around, that makes me happy. And just doubled up on the removals. 3 KOs, 1 injury, 1 kill. 1 kill and got 2 dead. Huh. So, I guess either the crowd or you killed yourself with a bad dodge. Dice roll. Armor for high elves. Supposed to be better. Numbers here say not so much. Wake ups worked. Dodges worked. Really, I mean, 60 dodges and you failed 11 of them. That's ridiculous. Not that you failed 11, that you made 60 dodges. 2 pickups. Passing's 50-50. Catching worked out well. No interception for you, but at least you got a shot at it. GFI's held tight. High elves blocking dice. Look pretty good, honestly. 15 here versus 9 on this side. Blocking dice look like they're in your favor, man. And let's take a look at Necro. Wake up calls, dodging for hopefully agility 3 people. That's pretty good. Catching, going for it, 50-50. Not the greatest. A regeneration, decided not to do anything. For skills, you kind of got lopsided. Block dice. Well, there's a double skull that was re-rolled. A double skull that was re-rolled. A double skull that was re-rolled into a double skull. Wow. So 15 skulls against, even if we count these as great, that's only 22 positive. That's pretty bad. Yeah, I mean, not to throw shade, but it looks like the High Elves had this game to lose, and they tried. We got the Dark Elves here against Nurgle, pulling out a 2-1 victory. We're gonna, at the end of the video, we're gonna take a look at a clip. Phil messaged me and said, hey man, you should check out turn 16. And I did. Dark Elves were able to create a death for a Nurgle warrior who did not regenerate. Got a couple vanity passes in there for some level ups. MVP was the Witch Elf. So passes all around. 5 KOs for the Nurgle, but those removals just didn't seem to matter. Let's check out why. Well, it's not like they were waking up. 9 wake-up calls, and only 3 of them stuck. But the elves were able to pick up the ball, and they were able to move the ball. They weren't always able to hold on to the ball. A lot of dodges, and not all of them great. Here we got 58 dodges, not quite 60, but still doing well. Much better success rate. Unfortunately, those successes just didn't come when it mattered. There was a run for the end zone at the end of the first half. He had to go past a Pestigore, if I remember correctly. So that was 3 dodges. Didn't make it. GFI's held all right. Catching with disturbing presence around. That's actually pretty good. Getting away from the Tentacle Beast 5 times out of 13. Someone else will have to let me know if that's good or not. I don't really know. I think anytime you get away from him is good. So, Foul Appearance made 1 appearance out of 9 rolls. A little less than spectacular, but... So skill-wise, you did what you needed to do. Let's take a look at Spits and Swallows skills real quick. A loner reroll, and really stupid, so I'm going to assume that that was a well-behaved Nurgle Beast. Armor, injury, wake-up, KOs, catching. Yeah, the Nurgle people did not want to handle the ball that much, but 3 pickups, 1 pass, 2 going for it, a bribe held, casualty regeneration. Let's take a look at blocking dice. So that's a lot of blocks. Let's go back here for a second. Yeah, 58. That's a lot of blocks. It's no 84, but no double skulls as of yet. Both down in a skull. There's one. So, might not have always got the blocks you wanted, and you'll see in the video that he really didn't get one of the blocks he wanted and had to use a reroll. I can see... Realistically, I think luck had a little bit to do with that, especially with that last play. But before we do that, let's check in on the Chaos getting a win over the Bretonnians. A 2-1 victory of the Chaos, who honestly were a bit banged up. Kind of surprised how they got that, but taking a look here, never mind. We have 3 KOs, 3 injuries, and a death versus 2 KOs and 1 injury. So pretty much double removals is going to be a bad day for anybody. Chaos had a failed loner roll. GFI's really well, dodging not so much. Wake up happened, pickups, catching. So handing off worked out well for you. I know I'm not supposed to look at these numbers for a bash team. I was told that that is a lot of times armor, but anytime you have 9 1s and 26s, that's a little lopsided, whether it's positive or not for your team. Block dice. Okay, 20 defender stumbles and 3 both down. I mean, you've got 14 between both down and attacker down, and 20 defender stumbles. I feel like you got very lucky. 1 double skull into reroll. This is the only time you spend any reroll in blocking. Let's take back a look at the Bretonnians. Bretonnian skill rolls. Passing did not work out well. Pickup is alright. Catching's alright. Got an interception. How did I miss that? There's 2 SPP. Nice. Alright. Fireball. Got fireballed. Only 1 person knocked down, so that's not too bad. Or am I reading that backwards? Did 3 people get knocked down? Huh. GFIs, Dauntless, dodging. For a team of mostly AG3, hopefully only one's making the dodges. That's not too bad. Casualties. Oh, that's really rough. And wake-up calls. Apparently they didn't want to play either, so they stayed in bed. And your block dice, a little bit more lopsided to this side. Got a couple of 1-die blocks. That's never good. Double skull. Okay. Let's take a quick look at our teams. Well, no, let's do the standing first. Dwarves are still holding tight with a 2-point lead over the Dark Elves. The Dark Elves having moved up a bit and threatening quickly. That's 6, 7, 8, 9 versus 10. So Necro only 1 point behind second place. And 8, he's only 1 point behind third. So Bretonnians got their first loss. 7, 8, 9, and 10. There you go. So, other than the High Elves and the Underworld, it really looks like anyone could still kind of... Well, no, there's only 1 more game. So, even if he loses, he has to win. That's to take first. But there's 2 spots. It's going to be interesting how that comes out in the wash. Let's take a look at the teams for the last week. Necro is going to be without an armor busted ball handling ghoul. That's a real kick in the shins. Flesh Golems still haven't done anything, though 1 did get MVP, so he's closer to being less of a disappointment. I don't care what anyone says. Flesh Golems suck. There's a reason why they keep dying in the Rebbl. Dwarves. Looking pretty good. 2 runners still in good shape. Blitzers. Water boy, come on. 5 matches. I get that you are a replacement, but man, maybe hit somebody. Troll Slayer still healthy. And guard. Dwarf team doing well. High Elves. High Elves are pretty much where they were. Got an agility dodging person. Maybe 3 cans can do for the High Elves what that one Dark Elf has been doing for the Dark Elf team. Kind of surprised that the thrower hasn't got a little bit, I don't know, 3 passes in the last 2 weeks to get leveled up. Missing a blitzer. And 3 catchers. Pretty expensive, so it's good to have them. Alright. Dark Elves. Pretty strong powerhouse. Got a little extra bank. Definitely going to want to burn that. So a wrestling lineman. The wrestling kicker still there. Brandon Sanderson is realistically an MVP of this team. And Killer Frank Herbert getting tackled is had enough of everyone is going to make sure he gets his hits in. The Witch Elf got a double, so she has picked up Juggernaut, going to be that much more troublesome. The only problem now is you have to split your blitzes between Killer Frank and blitzing Ursula. But hey, a bench can't be undersold there for a Dark Elf team. Let's see if Chaos with their victory. Yeah, they're not as banged up as they once was. 10 players, just still having 1 loner. 2 armor busted beastmen, which all in all isn't the worst thing. Oats Blow is still in the game, still murdering. So 2 claw pieces, 2 block pieces. We're not looking at the Chaos Warriors yet. A ball handler, and a tackler for goblins and elves. Followed by 3 out of 4 Chaos Warriors. And honestly, if he wins his game and his loner does well, maybe gets a free level up with MVP and some skills, he could buy the guy. Even if he doesn't, though, he should have enough to 100k for a Chaos Warrior. He could technically, if he wins his game, get a new Chaos Warrior. Mr. Christie and his Bretonians, however, having a little bit better day. Blitzing Strength 4 Knight is now Agility busted, and there seems to be a lack of a reroll Knight, so that sucks. And he can purchase a new Knight, though. But going into the next game, missing 3 of your players, plus a dead one, that was 4 out of 13. That has got to suck a lot. Spits and Swallows. Lost a Nurgle Warrior in the last game. I did see that. But old Truffle Butter here, he's going to be our card player. Though I'm sure some of y'all might have noticed that when you clicked the video. This guy is the secret MVP in my opinion. A Nurgle Warrior with block and guard. I don't know how this guy is getting SPP on these players. Well, I guess I can find out. Let's take a quick look. 10 matches, 2 MVPs, 5 casualties. Well, there you go. There's 20 and 1 touchdown. Not bad at all. Especially for not even having Mighty Blow. Or Tackle. So there you go. Pestigore is looking okay. Got 3 of them. 1 armor busted. But 1 with Mighty Blow. And coming back with some new Nurgle Rotters. One match. And one match. So I'm pretty sure I remember Wolf Bagger coming from another team. I know Carrot came from a different team. Golden Grummet makes me feel like that's from another team. So who needs to buy them when you can kill them and make them yourself? Underworld, last but not least. Let's see how you're doing. Well, Abomination, the troll, is being hazed, but still not really getting anything done. Squeak Night Maul still looks dangerous. And a blitzing, horning, tackling, mighty blow, rat. That is an ugly mess. The two-headed Skaven thrower, we looked at him. And the speed-busted blocking Skaven thrower. And Goblin's not leveling up. I do wonder, though, Sinister, are you firing them when they level, or just not getting them across that first hurdle? Well, let's take a look at our next week's schedule. This is week 7 before the split. In the next recap, we'll talk about that split more. I myself am learning about it, so you guys may actually know more about it than I do. Children of Hell Pit going up against the Nurgle. Gotta be honest with you, Hell Pit. I think you're going to have quite the uphill battle. I'm giving that one to the Nurgle. I just think they're going to be able to push you around and smack you down. Dusk Souls, that's Bretonnians versus Necro. I'm also taking notes while I'm talking, in case you're wondering why. 2 weeks ago, I'd have gave that to Brett's, but the Necro are looking good, health-wise. I think they can handle the Bretts even without their scorer. They've got 2 werewolves and 2 whites handling the ball, and you can't push me down, or you can push me down, you just can't push me away. Flesh Golems versus you can't have my square peasants ought to be a funny fight. Chaos against the dwarves. There you go. That's going to be a heck of a wall for both of you. Let's go. I know what the dwarves look like. Let's go back to Chaos. The dwarves are coming off missing a few players, got them back. You know, unless Oats Blow just goes crazy, you're going to get a rental Beastman. So you're going to have 1260. So you're going to be down 160. He's only missing 1 player, and it's not even a skilled player. Even with some inducements, that's dwarves. I'm sorry. That one's not going to be fun at all, I don't think. And the the elf off. I was looking forward to this. That's going to be dark elves over the high elves. Now, high elves are a little bit faster with their catchers. The dark elves are just more skilled. 1610. Even if he burns the other 20 off, that's 1590. Let's take a look again at high elves. 1150, but with a lot of holes in the team. So 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That's going to be another 21 added. So 1360. You burn your 2. You're at 1340. So 150. Might be some star players that could help fill in some spots for you, but I still think the Dark Elves are going to be able to do it. And there we go. So, before we switch over to the clip, I hope you all have a good week, and I'll see you on the other side. Welcome to turn 15 of Spits and Swallow versus The Pen is Mightier. And we see that the Nurgle are holding the ball and trying to push the Dark Elves out of the way so that they can get into scoring position. A couple of good blocks here in the beginning. Things look kind of well. When the Nurgle warrior needing to knock down the elf only gets a push and both down. So a reroll knocks him down. Not wanting to try and win a dodge, Kallisti opted for that reroll for the block. However, moving around to hand the ball off, we have Pestigore to Pestigore fumble. Not out of the realm of normalcy for Nurgle, but let's see Elven BS at its finest. So we'll go pause that for a second. That's not only getting away with tentacles, dodge, not a big dodge, but okay, just to get the one die. A 1 and 3 to knock him down. Go ahead and pile on for the good measure. Going to throw a 1 die up here. 1 and 3 to get that. And then, let's pause for a second as... Oh, he is very fast. And I cannot click him now. So that's the guy with the extra agility. And he has dodged, 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 picked up. Nothing requiring more than a 3 so far. Going to dodge again, fail that, but it has the built-in reroll for another dodge. So for the kids at home, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. One of them failed. 7 dodges. To hand off in a disturbing presence. Just 1, but... And now Phil is going to run it in with 2 GFIs. All of that with no reroll. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 skill rolls. And not a 2 in sight. I love Elven magic as much as the next person, but that one is definitely some BS.